Greetings once again from Victoria. My name is Garnet Schulhauser, and I am a Level 2 QHHT practitioner and the author of 4 books in the spiritual genre, all of which deal with my dialogue and subsequent astral travels with my spirit guide, Albert. Over the years, many people have asked me what Albert is really like. I can tell you that he's a very wise and compassionate soul whose mission is to spread the word of love and compassion to all humans on our planet. At times, Albert could be a bit of a rascal, as he often liked to tease me about my many human foibles, and he would also make fun of my past history of being a lawyer. And his favorite way of doing so was to tell me lawyer jokes. His favorite was about the day that St. Peter and the devil were having an argument over the exact placement of the boundary line between heaven and hell. The argument went on for several hours, and no resolution was in sight. And finally, St. Peter threw up his hands and said, "Okay, devil, if you don't agree to my position, I'm going to sue you." Well, the devil just gave a big smile to St. Peter, and he said, "Oh yeah? And where are you going to find a lawyer?" In any event, enough of the corny humor from Albert. Time to move on to more serious topics, one of which is that many people over the years have asked me what is the most surprising thing I found out from Albert or from the higher self during my QHHT sessions. Well, the one thing that comes to mind is the fact that no one dies by accident. That's a pretty bold statement, but it has been confirmed to me by both Albert and the higher self in many sessions. What it really means is that no one here dies and we don't lose our physical incarnation until our souls are ready to leave and return to the spirit side. So that means that even though we're not aware of what our soul is planning for us, our soul has a very definite timetable in terms of what it wants to learn or the lessons it wants to experience during its earthly journey. When we are on the spirit side and planning our incarnations, our souls will prepare life plans, and they will usually include 5 or 6 exit points as being potential points where they will exit the physical incarnation. And as you journey through your life, when you come to an exit point, your soul then has to make a decision. The choice is, should I use this as an exit point and let my physical body die? Or should I take a pass on it and move on and continue on until I reach the next exit point, at which time your soul is faced with the same choice? To a lot of people, this concept is very hard to grasp because we hear about people dying in car crashes, plane disasters, and other calamities every day. And surely these things are accidental. But Albert in the higher self tells us that even if a plane crashes with 300 people on board, killing all of them, it was not an accident, because the souls of every one of those 300 passengers chose that as an exit point to leave this incarnation. And exit points are not always accidents or other calamities. They can be terminal illnesses, injuries, or even old age. Exit point could be anything that will allow the soul to exit from the incarnation and return back to the spirit side. And because our human minds are not privy to these exit points, and we don't know what our souls are planning behind the scenes, some of these concepts may seem very strange to us and hard to accept. And now some of you may be wondering, how is it possible that our souls can choose the exact time to leave the incarnation when they're living on a planet with so many other humans running around, exercising their free will to take actions and make decisions? And given the fact that we have to constantly interact with the forces of nature, things like earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, wildfires. But the answer is simple. We all have a guardian angel whose job it is to make sure that we do not suffer an untimely death when our souls are not ready to leave our incarnations. So if you are scheduled to be on a flight that is destined to crash and burn, and your soul is not ready to leave your incarnation at that point, your guardian angel will step in to make sure that you are not on that flight. And they can do this in many ways. They might send you a strong, intuitive message to get you to change your itinerary so that you're not on the flight. Or if necessary, they can actually physically intervene. And they can do things like cause your tire to go flat or get you snarled in a traffic jam on your way to the airport so that you miss your flight. The guardian angels will only intervene to prevent an untimely death, which is a death when your soul is not ready to leave. But they usually will not intervene to prevent serious, non-life-threatening injuries. These life-saving interventions by our guardian angels happen all the time. And most of the time, the person involved is not aware of the intervention, but it happens anyway. And so now you might ask, what happens when somebody does in fact die in a car accident? Was her guardian angel asleep? The answer is very simple. When someone dies in a car accident, it's because her soul wanted to use that as an exit point, and because of that, her guardian angel let the accident happen. So her guardian angel was just following the wishes of that person's soul. Now, these concepts may be very strange to a lot of people and difficult to swallow, but I can tell you that I find confirmation in the fact that my soul will always get to choose when to leave the incarnation, even though I'm not aware of it, because my soul knows what it has planned for me, what lessons and challenges it wants me to experience, and so I'm very comfortable with the fact that somebody is in control. That's all for now, folks. Enjoy your journey, and remember to keep on dancing.